I was keen to just see what you got out of the Origin experience, Lawson. Just from the WA perspective, yeah, what do you think were the real positives for your game and the concept itself?
Yeah, no, I loved it personally. I think probably the main things I took away was just the little learnings you get from, I guess, playing with some of the best players and even playing against the best players. So played on Toby Green a lot that night and felt like I learned a lot just from that experience, and that was really good. But then also playing with guys like Jordan Clark and just those guys down back that, you know, have been doing it really well for a number of years and trying to learn what they do. And yeah, I felt like it was just a really good experience for me as a young player to learn that. But also just, I guess, develop relationships throughout the AFL was pretty cool. And I know a lot of the boys had a lot of fun with it. Even, you know, the Vic boys all said they had a good time. So I think it was a really special event, and yeah, hopefully they do it for a few more years.
Is there a slightly different mindset with those types of games compared to, you know, regular season match or practice match? How would you sort of compare it to other footy experiences?
Yeah, no, it's I guess it's weird because you're not playing for 4 points, so it probably feels a little bit different. And we've never really played together, obviously, as a group. So I think a lot of the instruction for us is just to play footy, and I think that was really fun. Last year, the Indigenous All-Stars, a similar message, and I think it's always nice, like just playing a game without as much structure and just having a bit of fun with it, and something I probably haven't done since I was, 10 or 11. So it's really cool to do that and do it at such a high level. But I think the intensity is pretty equal. It felt really similar. You obviously have the best players in the game playing, and a lot of state pride, especially in WA, means a lot to the West Australians, all of our people. So yeah, it was a really important game for the group, and I feel like we took it really seriously. And yeah, it was really good. I think, yeah, it felt really serious, but also a little bit of fun with it as well. So it was a good balance.
Yeah, the AFL Lawson have talked about the fact, and I think a lot of people about the concept that having pride in the jumper and feeling like you're playing for something bigger than yourself is important for the concept if it's going to be in the game long term. Like, did you feel that pulling on the WA Guernsey?
Yeah, I think so, and it was really well led. I think Coxie was really good as a coach. He was really passionate about it, and Jacko, he was as passionate as anybody. He pretty much, anytime he spoke about the Vicks, his blood boiled. So no, it was a really good experience. And I think, yeah, having the right people around it really, it gave us a lot of, I guess, energy and belief, and as a group it really, I guess, galvanised us. And I think it was a really good experience for that aspect, because I think that, I guess, representing the state is something that, obviously haven't done for 30 odd years, and to do it again and hopefully do it for a few more years, I think a lot of boys took a lot out of it.
So would you like to take on Vicks again next year, or would you like maybe take on South Australia or maybe Allies?
Yeah, I'd love to play the Vicks again, obviously, because you lose, but it'd probably be good to get the South Australians involved, I reckon. They're obviously a pretty proud footy state, and similar to WA, I think, in the fact that we're not Vicks, so we all feel like we're a bit neglected in the other states. So I think I'd love to play South Australia, and it'd be good to see some of their guys. But either way, I'd just love to play another state game, to be honest, because it's really good fun, and the development of relationships, like I said earlier, was just really important, I thought. So yeah, hopefully do it again.
How do you take that into pre-season? I mean, those learnings, that experience, and how does that make you a better player into 2026?
Yeah, I think it's definitely given me a lot of confidence. I think the way I was able to play the second half in that game just gave me a lot of confidence that I can match it with the game's best, and just trying to take that confidence into the season, because obviously it's going to be a long year, but nothing better, I guess, than starting your year really well and really strong. And I think as a group we've got a really tough first month, and we're going to have a tough year. We've got a pretty solid fixture, which is good. Like, I think as a group that's really good for us, and we've got to be ready, I guess, from game one. Obviously Gold Coast up there, it's going to be really tough. So I think from as soon as the ball's bounced, pretty much round one, it's going to be on. So no, it's really exciting, and I think, yeah, it was a really good stepping stone, I guess, to get ready for the season.
You touched on that tough first month. Is that something you addressed as a group? I mean, I think you played 4 finalists from last year in that first month. Is that something you touched on?
Not really, no. We're not really like that as a group. I'm just pretty organised, to be honest. I like to look ahead at what our fixture looks like, but as a group we're all kind of taking it week by week, and we've got a lot of young guys that are trying to find their spot in the side, and that's really exciting. So I think we've got a lot of guys that are really just trying to get a spot in the side and do their best and put their best foot forward in these practices that we've had. So I think that's been a really good aspect, that we haven't really been thinking about the season too much. We're just taking it day by day, week by week, and I think, by the time, our team's selected by, Thursday, we'll all be ready and, excited.
Feeling confident that, obviously there's been a few things mentioned in the press with some injury clouds with some key players. Still really confident that you can hit opening round, and start strong.
Yeah. Well, obviously you had a few injuries. I feel like it's pretty standard. Every club in the comp's got them. So, but I think the thing that we'll have this year is really strong depth, and I think we've had it for a few years. But even if we're missing a few of those guys that our mainstays, I guess, as you'd interpret, I feel like we've got a lot of really good guys coming through, a lot of really good young guys, a lot of guys in our academy that showing really good signs. So I'm pretty confident either way, whether they're up or they're not. We're going to have a really strong side, and we'll take a lot of confidence, I think, knowing that those guys have had a really good pre-season and we'll be ready to go. So.
And what's driving you, Lawson? I may have misinterpreted some comments, perhaps, that I've read, but were you entirely happy with your season last year, or do you think there's some clear areas that you can improve on in season 3?
Yeah, no, I probably was a bit disappointed at times last year with how my season went. Just felt like I lacked a bit of consistency that probably I had in my first year, but I guess I played half the games in my first year. But I kind of felt like this year I wanted to have a really solid pre-season so I could do it for 25, 26 games if that's what it takes. And I feel like I want to be a really strong contributor to the group. Obviously we've got such a strong back line, and I kind of want to be the leader of that. And we've got so many strong guys back there. So for me to do that, I'm going to have to really up my game and be a really good team player. So I'm just kind of looking forward to that challenge and hopefully becoming more of a leader within the group.
Just one last question on that. Do you put it down to anything in particular, or it's just one of those things you just have like just a bit of a natural, not a slump, but you just weren't quite at the level that you expected? Would you put it down to, do you think you were getting more attention from other teams? I reckon I probably just didn't work hard enough in the last pre-season. I think I probably came off that first year and maybe got a little bit ahead of myself and learnt a lot pretty quickly. I think second half of last year, fatiguing and probably not as fit as what I would like to have been. So I think I learned a lot just from that experience, just from that year, I guess. And now I feel like I've had a really good pre-season and taking a lot more seriously with my disciplines, off the field, which is arguably just as important as the on-field stuff. So, I feel like I'm in a way better place now, I guess, mentally and physically to, be consistent all year.
We saw Bruhn half-back Wednesday night. What did you think of him in the back line, and can we expect that going into the season?
I love it personally. I love having Tanner back there. He's so powerful and can really, I guess, provide damage for us going forward, which I think is really exciting. I think that half-back spot for us, as much run as we can get is going to be, I think the game in general is moving towards those really good running half-backs that can break lines and get the ball into the forward 50 as fast as possible. And I think Tanner is a great example of that, and he's done a mountain of work obviously the last 12 to 18 months. And I'm just really stoked for him to be back out there. I know the boys are really pumped to be playing with him again, and I personally love having him around in the back line because I feel like he's just so strong, and he always attracts a few more players to the ball when he gets it because he's always looking to drive his legs. So, it's great to see him back out there, but then love having him around the back line as well.
We were a bit surprised to see that Baz had picked up a calf injury. Have you spoken to him? Do you know how he's going?
He's good. It was pretty minor, I'm pretty sure. We're just doing runs, literally our last couple of runs of the session. He just kind of mid-run was like, this calf's a bit sore. And I think we just look after him. I can't remember, but I feel like he had a few calf problems early last year. So, it's just management for Baz, and he's obviously such a powerful runner when he's up and going. So, for a pracky match, obviously, we just want to be smart with that. I guess there's probably no need. He's done a mountain of work again. He's another one that works really hard, and I'm sure come round 0, he'll be ready to go and fit and firing. So, it's exciting.
Jeremy Cameron, when is he, what are your readings? He's very happy he'll be there opening round.
Hopefully, I'm not 100% sure. I guess he's doing everything he can. That's kind of all I know. I see him, he's in the heaty at the moment doing some extra work, making sure his quad's good. So I think he will. He loves it. He's competitive, so he'll want to be out there, and I'm pretty confident he'll be there. But I'm no medical. Got no idea.
You touched on some of the younger guys. Who do you think we should keep an eye on in 2026?
There's a few. I'm excited. I feel like Jai Clark can take his game to another level. Same with Connor O'Sullivan. Probably outside of that, really looking forward to see how Jay Polkinghorne goes. I think his first couple of prackies, he works really hard, and excited to see how he goes, and Lenny Hoffman as well in the back line. He's, we've got a really strong back line, but I feel like if we have any injuries or anything, he'll be ready to go, which is really exciting.
Just one last question. Like you spoke about Tanner, can you sort of speak to the emotions of him putting that in the past? And have you spoken to him much about? It sounds like it was an awful experience, and now he can just get back into his footy. It must be such a relief for him. Are you two pretty close to talk about that kind of stuff?
Yeah, we probably haven't gone into much depth, but you can just see it, I think, when he plays. We do talk a lot, obviously, playing next to each other now. I think just his energy, you can see it when he plays at the moment. He just wants to run, he wants to tackle, he just wants to do everything, which is so good. And it's so exciting. And obviously, I think as a coaching group and as a backline, we'll try and help him channel that into the best ways. But yeah, you can just see his energy and his enthusiasm for footy at the moment is so high. And it's great to see because obviously, yeah, like I say, it's been a tough year for him. And yeah, we're just so happy for him to be back and love to see him back playing.